Right now on 13 Action News Live at 11, a frightening robbery, the struggle between employees and a would-be robber carrying a knife.
And check this out, some wild weather hitting parts of the valley. Are more powerful storms brewing? Your 13 First Alert forecast is coming up.
And graduates of a new program making everyday life in the valley better for the hearing impaired.
But first tonight, an important warning for parents.
I wanted vengeance, and I wanted to make sure that they paid for what they did.
Well, a mom is furious. Her two girls were robbed at gunpoint. It happened while they were walking to school in Henderson.
13 Action News reporter Brian Callahan has more on the frightening crime that happened near Basic High School.
What makes this potentially terrifying for so many parents is that there are thousands of students walking to school every day, and these girls were robbed just feet from their campus.
Couldn't believe what she was saying.
Arkita Jones recalls getting the call from Basic High School that her daughters were robbed at gunpoint on their way to campus. The teens just a block from school when they were targeted.
First thing I wanted to know was, were they okay? And when can I get to my kids?
Luckily, the girls weren't physically hurt. The two robbers taking off with just their cell phones. Once she learned that, Jones says her focus shifted.
I wanted vengeance, and I wanted to make sure that they paid for what they did because my girls are good girls.
Henderson police say they quickly found the younger of the two robbers, who they say is also a student at Basic High School. Officers later arresting 19-year-old Davion Samuels as well. Police say they found two BB guns they believe were used in the robbery and recovered the girls' cell phones. And while she has told her daughters not to be afraid, Jones admits it may be tough to watch them leave for school in the coming days.
As far as, their safety and everything, I know that they'll be safe. I kind of, am leery about sending them back with what's going on.
While Jones has obviously had that conversation with her daughters, now it's an important reminder for all parents to talk to your kids about paying attention to their surroundings when they are walking to and from school. Reporting in Henderson, Brian Callahan, 13 Action News.
And new tonight, NDOT has closed Nipton Road there on the California-Nevada border, all because of flash flooding. Now, parts of that road, they are washed away after storms that hit that area this week. Now, NDOT's sending us these pictures right here. There you see it. They say more than $3 million in damage was caused by this. Crews right now working round the clock to try and fix this road. That road, of course, connects the 95 in Nevada to the 15 in California.
Powerful storms once again slamming our valley today. This video was taken by our very own Justin Bruce from the southern part of our valley. And heads up, another chance of storms tomorrow.
Yeah, busy afternoon, Brian, but part of this evening things kind of relaxed a little bit.
Right, it really calmed down pretty quickly, but it was southwest and southeast that got the bulk of it. You folks in the north are going, what are you talking about? We didn't see any of this stuff, but we did see some late tonight around Mesquite. Right there, you can see 8, 9, 10 o'clock right there, just lingering a little longer. Now it's gone, nothing across the valley. Yeah, these thunderstorms collapsed pretty quickly, and there was a flash flood watch in for a good portion of the night, but that was even pulled away a little early. For tomorrow, popping up some more over the mountains, keeping temperatures on the low side, low 100s, but a big warm up on the way with fewer storms on the way. I'll show you when you could expect it and how long it will last, coming up in your 13 First Alert forecast just ahead.
All right, Brian, thank you. And right now, police are looking for a driver who they say plowed into a bicyclist early this morning and took off from the scene.
Well, Chopper 13 fast and first here over this scene right near MLK and Lake Mead. Well, that bicyclist fighting for his life tonight, suffering life-threatening injuries.
Crashes like this continue to happen in our valley, and tonight 13 Action News reporter Gina Lazara tells us how our local agencies are coming together to try and stop traffic fatalities.
Sean and Tim will never forget the horror they felt watching their friend lose his life last month near Flamingo and Pecos.
I've never expected to see a friend, die or get hit by a car in front of our faces.
The victim was not using a crosswalk according to police, a mistake that cost him his life.
Every crash is preventable if one of the parties does something right.
For instance, in this morning's hit and run, traffic safety expert Aaron Breen points out the suspect vehicle should have moved to the left per Nevada law. And if you cannot make it all the way over to the other lane, then you're supposed to move 3 feet.
There aren't enough terrible things to say about that driver this morning.
In 2016, 57 pedestrians lost their lives in Clark County. In 2017, a record-breaking 78 pedestrians died. And so far this year, 37.
Each and every one of these people that we're talking about like they're a number are a human being.
Las Vegas police are currently campaigning with other agencies to put a stop to these preventable deaths.
Las Vegas, together, if we work as a community, we can prevent these fatalities and make this a better community for us all to live.
Sean wants everyone to learn from his late friend's mistake.
Don't risk it, don't do it, it's not worth it. The extra 200 feet is better than risking losing your life.
In order to stop preventable fatalities. Gina Lazara, 13 Action News.
And new tonight, a local tribute to the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. She died today, of course, after a battle with pancreatic cancer. The canopy there at Fremont Street lit up with pictures and videos of Aretha. Visitors also got to hear some of her greatest hits.
And more tributes tonight outside the Apollo Theater. Fans in New York City singing along to Aretha's song, A Natural Woman. Wow, such a legendary song, and Aretha Franklin was loved by so many people around the world. She passed away today at her home in Detroit at the age of 76. And of course, there was no one quite like her, with her commanding presence and such a powerful voice.
Yeah, we've seen it, right? People across the world remembering the star. Many here in Las Vegas obviously knew her well. Robert Gordy Jr. is a former Motown Records employee and is related to founder Barry Gordy. Now, he lives right here in Las Vegas, but grew up in Detroit. Now, he says Franklin was like family to the Gordys.
She gave everything she had up to the end, her heart and her beauty. You know, she was truly iconic black woman, truly iconic American woman. As you can see through all of her performance, she gave everything that she had.
Oh, she sure did. And through a statement, Franklin's family called their loss, quote, one of the darkest moments of our lives.
Well, new tonight, imagine not being able to communicate with your loved ones and feeling left out of worship services or even concerts. That is the sad reality for the deaf and hearing impaired due to a critical shortage of nationally certified interpreters.
But a new program at the College of Southern Nevada hopes to change all of that. 13 Action News anchor Carla Wade has more on this program. Carla.
Yeah, Tricia and Todd, this fall, classes begin here at the College of Southern Nevada for a new bachelor's degree program in deaf studies for interpretation. And for the interpreters, it's not just about becoming better at sign language, it's also helping people in our deaf community have more access to the things that a lot of us take for granted.
I found a love.
Courtney Stevens graduated from the College of Southern Nevada with associate degrees in deaf studies and deaf studies interpreting in May. She first learned sign language in high school. Her goal is to become a nationally certified interpreter.
I looked at going to Oregon or even Washington, D.C.
But now she has the perfect reason to continue her education right here in Nevada. The College of Southern Nevada will welcome its first class to pursue a bachelor's degree in deaf studies. It's designed to address a critical shortage of nationally certified interpreters.
It goes from introduction to interpreting, which is the principles and practices of the profession, through the actual practical hands-on, get your hands in the air, signing.
A bachelor's degree is required to qualify to take the test for national certification.
We did not have that in Nevada. And when our students finished their AA degree programs, they were going out of state to get their bachelor's, and many times they were not coming back to work.
A huge problem for Nevada, which has more than 39,000 people with hearing disabilities and less than 100 nationally certified interpreters. But now students like Courtney, who ultimately hopes to work in the school system, have a way to achieve their goals while meeting an important need.
It's being able to facilitate that communication to make us equal. The deaf community deserves to be equal with us, and we're not helping them, we're providing the equal access that they deserve.
Now, interpreters are needed by most major companies, and that includes the school district, colleges, as well as deaf centers around our state. Reporting live, Carla Wade, 13 Action News.
New tonight, a child's toy car unexpectedly bursts into flames.
A major drug bust at a North Las Vegas home leads to multiple arrests.
The kitchen appliance that continues to break down, hitting you with costly repairs. What you need to know so you don't waste your money.
New video tonight shows frightening moments for a new employee at a gas station in Bakersfield, California. A would-be robber stabs the clerk twice during a violent encounter. Thankfully, the clerk was wearing a vest around his midsection, which protected him. He suffered only minor cuts. It is not clear if the suspect was arrested.
Well, caught on camera, a fire consumes a child's toy car. Here you see 2 kids were playing in it at the time this thing first caught fire. Now, fortunately, the children's mom rushed over there and got them out in time before they were hurt. Now, she says the toy was charred within just a matter of about 2 minutes. The family recently bought the car as a birthday present. Firefighters believe this fire started right where the batteries are located.
Well, tonight, video surfaces of the Colorado man now accused of murdering his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters. The 3 were reported missing on Monday. Chris Watts begged them on TV to come home.
If you're out there, just come back. We had an emotional conversation, but I'll leave it at that.
Well, the victims, 3-year-old Celeste, 4-year-old Bella, and his wife, 34-year-old Shannon, her body was found. And police believe they know where the children's bodies are. Police say Watts has confessed to the killings.
New tonight, the Utah woman who managed to escape a burning home after her husband crashed a plane right into it is now speaking out.
I couldn't come out the front door. This was all engulfed in flames. So I ran out the side and through the garage. I didn't know where my son was.
Well, Sandy Yude's son was also in the home at that time. Now, he made it out the front door while it was on fire. Sandy says as soon as she saw the plane's tail, well, she knew it was her husband. He had been released just hours before for a domestic violence situation.
I love him. I miss him. I still can't believe he's not here.
Well, as of right now, family and friends, they have set up a GoFundMe page to help that family try and rebuild.
A major drug bust in North Las Vegas today. Police and DEA agents seized more than 70 pounds of meth from a home near Lake Mead Boulevard in Pecos. Police say multiple people were arrested in connection to the bust.
Some dramatic dash cam video shows a deputy in Lake Tahoe shooting non-lethal beanbags right into a car's window in order to try and free a bear.
I'm going to try and break out the back window with a beanbag.
All right, well, you see there, it worked pretty safely. The bear got out okay. Now, the sheriff's office using this video right now to remind people, don't leave food in your vehicles or your cars unlocked. It gives easy access to those bears.
Yeah, that's scary. Well, New York University medical students receive life-changing news today. The School of Medicine will cover full tuition going forward for all current students, regardless of need or merit. The university says they're making the decision over concerns about the overwhelming financial debt facing graduates. The plan does not cover room and board or fees, which together are an additional $27,000 on average.
There is a consumer alert to tell you about tonight, a new warning about metals found in baby foods. Well, Consumer Reports tested for heavy metals, including lead, cadmium, and inorganic arsenic. Now, they found at least one of these metals in all kinds of samples. It's believed that the heavy metals in the soil and water may have contributed to the findings. Now, if ingested regularly over time, the elements increase the risk for certain health problems, especially for young children. Well, Consumer Reports is advising parents to give children a variety of foods and rotate their options.
Well, do you read reviews before you buy a new kitchen appliance? Maybe you should buy one because it matches your kitchen and the price is right. Well, tonight, a warning of what can happen when you don't check those customer reviews.
Pamcoy's Samsung fridge looks great, but it has a big problem.
Doesn't make ice. Doesn't make any ice.
Like dozens of people who've posted complaints at consumeraffairs.com, Pam says the ice maker has been trouble almost since the beginning.
After about a year, the ice maker quit working.
Repairmen have replaced it and replaced it and replaced it again.
4 times, it still doesn't work.
And now with her warranty expired, the new repair is on her. Pam says every time a repairman comes to fix the ice maker, it works fine for a few weeks, but then starts to fail all over again.
It works for maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then it doesn't work. The ice is very wet. It drips down the front of the ice maker.
Now a Philadelphia law firm KSNG has filed a class action suit stating the problem is widespread, resulting in leaking and slush and overfreezing. Samsung won't comment on the suit, but after we called, it's agreed to replace Pam's fridge. Pam's hoping so because now the freezer door has gone bad as a result.
Because we have to keep ice in our freezer, ice bags to get ice, we've opened and closed the freezer so much that that handle has broken and had to be replaced on us.
And there is an important lesson here for anyone who may be buying a kitchen appliance soon. Read real customer reviews and Google complaints before you buy so you don't waste your money. Do a little homework.
It sometimes pays off, doesn't
Yes.
it? All right, well, there was unfortunately another dry winter for the Colorado River and Lake Mead, but the good news is as of right now, we will avoid a water shortage for the next year. Now, projections from the Bureau of Reclamation show that there is enough water to prevent a federal shortage declaration. But here's the thing, if the weather doesn't change and people don't start conserving more, a shortage could be unavoidable by 2020. That's not the kind of news anyone wants to hear.
Everybody's worst fear here in the desert,
Right.
the water situation.
And we need Colorado snowpack to help that
Yeah.
out. It's not just the rain we're getting here, some, but it doesn't really add up to what we need with Colorado snowpack on that one. All right, let's take a look, see what's doing. Yeah, and Todd mentioned winter weather. That's when we get the bulk of our rainfall. Yeah, we don't get it during the summer monsoon. We get about a quarter of it during the summer monsoon. You think we get it all, but no. And we've done pretty well on the outlying areas, but not so much at McCarran this time around. But North Las Vegas, you didn't see anything today. That goose egg could represent a lot of things today, but 89 degrees, 32% humidity. We got a lot of moisture around. Couldn't unlock it all today. We'll have another shot at it for tomorrow. 37% right there for McCarran. 84 degrees in Henderson. That's a nice temperature. That's some juicy air out there, but still definitely looking at that soupy air coming back. Look at all of this. Look what that did to the area. And then it just kind of gassed out the rest of the evening. We'll let that roll through one more time. You'll get an idea. That was some big stuff coming through. We knew today would have flash flooding concerns. There was plenty of flood warnings around, even severe thunderstorm warnings, but that just couldn't last and hold together. Computer models keeping it out of the picture through the overnight hours and through tomorrow. So what's going to happen? Well, we're going to start to see things dry out a little bit. Got some moisture in tomorrow. Got not as much in for Saturday. Look how it dries out a little bit. And Sunday as well. That means we'll be rain free for the weekend and early next week, but we'll be hotter. High pressure builds in to scour out the moisture. And what do we have to pay? Yeah, the heat price right there. And that's coming back. So 106 to 108 through Monday. And then temperatures will drop because we'll increase the moisture again, get another little surge. And I think enough energy to try to pull out some showers maybe later on Tuesday, maybe even some thunderstorms for Wednesday. Back to you guys.
Brian, thank you. Well, CCSD making it easier to become a substitute teacher.
Well, right now, that move making parents a little uneasy. The cause for their concern, that is coming up next. Well, if your daughter wants to be an actress, she has a chance to do it and hit the stage in a musical. Not a bad debut here. We're talking about Waitress right now. They're looking for local girls 4 to 5 years old to play Lulu when the show opens there at the Smith Center. It's going to run from October 9th until the 14th. Now, 2 girls, they're going to share this role. They're going to be in 4 performances each. Now, we have more information about what exactly is needed to audition. It's on our website. Just go check it out at ktnv.com/links.
Well, it's now easier to become a substitute teacher at CCSD, but as the bar is lowered, some parents are now saying they're concerned. CCSD says they need more than 500 positions filled, and if they don't get filled, they will need more substitute teachers. And that's why they're making the process easier, cutting the requirements in half, which now has some parents worried about safety.
I'm more concerned about background checks and stuff, to be honest, as long as they're safe in there.
Well, this decision was not up to CCSD after a lot of talk and input. The new rules passed this summer by the Legislative Commission.
All right, well, still ahead here, we got a really high-maintenance cat up for adoption.
That's right. Up next, meet Bruno. The shelter says he is too cool to be homeless. You can now become a mermaid. The Westgate Las Vegas is opening a mermaid school. It will be held at the 3rd floor pool. The 90-minute sessions will include stretching poolside, instructions on tail safety, tail removal in the water, very important things to learn, and the lessons on the Mermaid Code of Ethics.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
No, it is not. Participants must be between 7 and 12 years old. The first class is this Saturday, and classes start at $25. Well, now to the big, kind of odd, and very extra big house cat.
Yeah, you can say that again. Behind us here, this is Bruno. He's up for adoption in Morton Grove, Illinois. Get this, he's 25 pounds, 7 years old. He's got a couple extra toes. Maybe that's why he has this habit of sort of standing on his hind legs, apparently. Also, Bruno loves food and prefers to be pet while he eats.
He likes to eat?
Probably likes that big belly.
I like a good eater. Yes. Yeah, he'll cost some money though. We'll be right back with a final look at your wake-up weather forecast.
All right, stay with us.
13 First Alert Weather. Take a look at our allergy forecast. Looking good next year. It is in the medium category. It could be a lot worse than that. And this is great. $6,600 so far from Raising Cane's to Make-A-Wish. We're going to get to $7,000 easily.
Yeah,
we're also going to get to practically 110 this weekend because high pressure builds in, keeps the storms out. Another day of that, although for tomorrow.
All righty, Brian. Okay. Thank you so much. And that does it for this edition of 13 Action News Live at 11. Jimmy Kimmel Live is coming up next.
All right, our next reports begin at 4:30 a.m. on Good Morning Las Vegas. Thank you so much for watching, and from all of us here at Channel 13, have a great night. Happy Friday Eve.
I like that. I like the sound of that. That's good. Thank you. I needed that.